too many microphones on. I guess I thought I was doing a country music show. Okay. I would like to see y'all's comments. I'm sorry that I haven't got that advanced yet. Let me get my other sheet of paper here because I'm not doing anything by memory anymore, because if I do, I screw it up. Anybody that could lose their Instapot. Okay, I let the cat out. Hadn't let the cat out. Now I use this duct tape. I love duct tape and barbed wire. Those are two things that I couldn't live without, or super glue. Duct tape, barbed wire, or super glue. Now I have to put let me put y'all on this camera. She said, Mom said she thought the sound went off. She said now it's back on, so maybe I'm sorry if y'all couldn't hear me. Let's see. I don't know if it's any better. But we'll just leave it at that. Okay, it's because I was changing cameras. I just learned something. So when I change back, I have to turn my microphone on. Okay, so we got that figured out. I've got to get some sugar. Sugar. Let me get some sugar. I don't think I need but about 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of sugar. I've got measuring spoons and measuring cups and everything around here, and then I'd lose them, you know. I've got more up here, but I wanted the ones that I used a while ago. I hate dirtying. I've got some more right here. I hate dirtying things. Okay. Let me go back to this camera. Okay. Let's do 2 tablespoons of sugar. Now this is in our food processor, and I didn't know which food processor to use, so I'm just using this one. And then we need a 1/2 teaspoon I'm just going to use the kind of the great value salt. Now there's no way, I guess I can cut the microphone off and that'll keep you from having to hear this contraption. So now let's make sure we got everything. We got our all-purpose, our almond, our sugar, our salt. We'll do that about 30 seconds, it says. Okay. So I will put you on this camera. Okay, if I put you on this camera, you won't be able to hear the machine. The camera that's facing me, I'm trying to learn this, y'all. Okay. Now, it says to take our 8 tablespoons of unsalted butter. So I'm going to cut this, we'll just use this, but we need to be in kind of, because I had to let this sit out at room temperature. Let me rinse my hands. And then I'm going to carefully cut this into small pats so that we can add them to our we want this dough kind of shaggy. So, oh, there we go. Okay, let me get scraped butter. Don't waste. Don't you waste. Bitty bitty Jean, messy, messy. Being messy. Okay. I gotta clean up as I go, y'all, because I can't stand having this stuff all over the kitchen. Just never could stand that. I'm gonna not turn that off because it's only about 15 seconds. I'm gonna pause this, so. Now, see how that's shaggy? Or not? You wouldn't know probably what I'm talking about, but it's just shaggy. It's not pureed and then it's not solid. It's just shaggy. Okay. Okay. We'll go over here and we'll get us one of our bowls, and we will put our let's see if we're going to only use egg yolks or we're going to use okay, we're just going to use yolks. So we need 2 bowls. Let me get the egg separator. I'll just do it in this bowl so I don't mess that bowl up. And I'll use my measuring cup. Get that egg. Let it sit there and separate. Now making sure 2 egg yolks. Okay. We'll add that too. We're going to add that egg yolks. Well, we better just put them in here because I've got to add water to that, and if I don't do it, okay, there's the egg yolk. Boy, I got flour all over this place. Billie Jean, you been in here? Quit messing. Quit messing today, Billie Jean. Okay, there's the 2 eggs. We'll use this for breakfast in the morning. Instead of wasting it, you don't waste nothing, remember? Now we need 1 tablespoon is all of cold water. And I've got that right here. Well, no, I better get some. Let me get some out of the thing. 1 tablespoon. Now that'll depend on the humidity and everything else to your casa, because sometimes we want that to form pretty big chunks. We'll see if that'll. Let's put our. I should have put. See, I mess up everything. I'm gonna stir my egg. Put them on there. That's what'll make it rich flavored. Is these? I use brown eggs. So now we'll try that and see how it does. Let me okay. Now see how it decided it was gonna get into big hunks? Well, that's what we needed. You want these large chunks. Now, let me clean this up just a minute. Give me a second, y'all. Just please give me a second. Now, couldn't find I may have let somebody borrow it. I had a crepe, a tart pan, and not crepe, a tart pan that had the insert that would come out. I cannot find it. So I'm just going to play this by ear. I've got that one I bought the other day, and I think that's the one I'm going to use, the one I got at the Goodwill. This is from those old Baker's Secret Duncan Hines things, but I've always liked them. I'll just have to, I don't know if I want to use this one, or let me get the other one. I thought I could use that, or I could use the false scrap one. And it might pull away from these sides better, because you remember those desserts you would bake your cake or tart or whatever you put in these, and then you would, in this insert, you would add a filling. So I guess we'll try this one, since I can't locate the other one. So I'm just going to take this dough out. Shake it out. Get it all out, because you don't want to, you'll need every bit of it, and I may need more, because this is a lot bigger than the tart pan that I've made with this recipe. So we're going to try it. We are going to try it. And see if that works. Yeah, I hate that I don't have, I'm trying to wipe this stuff up. I've got stuff on my hands, and I hate that I'm just going to try to press this down in there, because there's not much that I can do without trying to just thin, very thin. Just want to put this on very, 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 very thin. This is more of a crepe pan and not even a tart pan, but this is as close as I could get to it. And I think we'll be alright. We just want that to spread out. And move it, make it thin. make it thin. Just pull some of this over, if you can. I act like y'all are at the cooking school and y'all have this same, doing the same thing with me. But I want to show y'all how, well, the reason I remember I did the Frangipane Tart, it won't be nothing like the British Bacon Show, but that's one reason I wanted to do it, because I saw it on there and I thought, oh, I want some of that. I want to eat that. And so, that's why I even decided I was going to do this. Because I thought, oh, I want some of that. That tart. Another bad thing is without being able to see through, with these both being beige, it's hard for me to tell. Hard for me to tell. Now you can use the side of your hand, and that even in pie crust, just use that and go around that and pull it up. Now it could be a lot thinner. I must have had some pepper in that little measuring spoon, because I see pepper, little piece of pepper. I had used it earlier to put some pepper into that noodle dish that I did last night. It needed more pepper, and so I dipped it out with that little measuring spoon. Just like y'all ain't never done nothing like that before. I don't believe you. Okay, we're going to keep on going around. Get this as thin as possible. And push it up. Push that up. This is a good dough. Frangipane, that's Italian. It's a French, this is kind of crazy. It's a French pastry, but it's an Italian dough. Frangipane was, some kind of council person or king. He was high up in something, and that's where the tart got its name. Okay, so we want to just make sure that's done right. A lot of that dark I'm seeing in there is, I just now realize, is those flowers that's on this. That'll be a good, with all that butter in there, it'll be good. If you don't get it thin enough, it'll still be good for that stomach. Okay, now I'm going to clean the edge of mine off. And kind of push that down, make sure we got it on there. And yeah, that's those dark flowers I keep seeing. I thought there was 2 or 3 little peppers, but then I keep seeing these others. I thought, what is that dark in there? It's the flowers on the false graph, the pattern. Okay, I'm going to even this out around here one more time so that it just looks neater. I think that's getting pretty good. With that being a butter pastry, it takes some work. It's not like biscuits or something. You have to really work this to get it out where it's going to look halfway decent. I may run my knife around the top of that to make sure that we got that dough off of that. Okay, I'm going to get me just a plain old basic fork. Just a plain old fork, and I'm going to prick this dough. I want to prick it not just a few times. I want to prick it a lot. You want that heat to get out of there, so you want to prick this all over. There's one of those old moths. They've invaded my pantry again this year. And I have to order those moth traps. You can get them on Amazon. These things come in goods that you get at the store, like cereal or flour, stuff like that. I think ours came from cereal because I didn't get the flour at the store. But once they get in here, it takes forever to get them out. Okay, y'all see how I'm pricking that? All over. This is just something that was taught to me. I don't know if you have to do it, but there. Yeah. I'm going to put this in the freezer for 15 minutes. So if y'all have somewhere to go, I'm going to make the filling though. So I'm going to put this in the freezer. Hold on. Be right back. I'm going to put it in the little freezer. Okay, got that taken care of. Now then, I'm going to use that same I'm going to use my same bowl. It's not going to hurt it. It's going to be about the same ingredients. Just go ahead and put it in there. I should have got my butter at room temperature, so I had that at room temperature. Let me get one of these small carafes, and I'll put my 4 tablespoons into my carafe. Since I can't measure this, I can eyeball it pretty good. So we'll just do it like that. Just eyeball it. Because I don't want this to be cold and going into that cream or it'll curdle. It won't do right. That last one I had a little much, so. Let me get that. I can get that out of there. Just as good. One more. I'm not going to do a whole one because that'll make too much butter. And boy, if you get too much butter, it'll be too greasy in your filling. That's my challenge butter that I use. I use that challenge butter for everything if I'm not making it. Okay, let me just put that in the, microwave just for a minute. Not a minute, just a little bitty bit. Try a minute. I don't want it too, I just want it softened. I don't want it too, I want it more room temperature than I got a out just a little bit. Let me get this mess cleaned up. Okay, while that's kind of solidifying, what I'm going to do is go ahead and get my sugar. So I need a half a cup. Let me get my half a cup of sugar. Take the bay leaf out. I keep bay leaves and everything, you know. I'm going to put a half a cup of sugar. Down in there. Now butter is getting a little more solid. I'm letting it get back to being more solid. Let me get put my bay leaf back in my flour because I don't want no those moths getting in my anything. I don't think they even like sugar. So we want about 4 ounces. Of our almond flour again. I should have just left it out, but I wasn't thinking. So that would be 1 cup. If it's 4 ounces, it'd be 1 cup. And let's see, 4 ounces would be 1 cup and 2 tablespoons. So let's get our cup. One cup. And then 2 tablespoons. 1 cup and 2 tablespoons. 1, 2. 1 cup and 2 tablespoons. Y'all know, I just realized that's where I ground them almonds. That's what it wasn't pepper. It's the little pieces of almonds that are ground up. Because I added some of my own ground almonds to this. I tell y'all what. When they gave out brains, I wasn't in line. Okay, we got our butter and it's a lot better. Okay, so let's put our butter down in there. Get that all out of that. Get that all out of that. Now I want to get 2 tablespoons. I just want 2 tablespoons of my round that up regular flour. Messy, messy, Beijing. I have got stuff all over that. This cornware bowl, y'all, today, I don't know what was in there, but it took me forever to try to scrape that and clean it. I don't know. It was put up that way, and I don't know what in the world it was. I love that old bowl. Okay. Y'all I'll get sidetracked, you know me. So now, I've got to have 2 more eggs. So it takes 4 eggs in all. It's okay. We've got plenty. Remember I bought them. Granny Pat says that her car truck's full of toilet paper, and I said, well, my icebox is full of eggs. Okay. Let me make sure I got in here. 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, room temperature. 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. 4 ounces of fine almond flour. 2 tablespoons of unbleached flour. Gotta put a salt. That'd be 1/2 teaspoon. I should have left this stuff out, y'all. I don't know why I do things, but okay. 1/4, Billie Jean. 1/4. Oh shoot! I don't want it too salty. Have y'all ever made something like I'm not saying a cake, well, whatever, and put too much salt in it, and when somebody took a bite, said, "Oh, this is salty." I've done it a million times. Okay, now this is where my skills come involved. Let me take my glasses off. I put 1/4 teaspoon of anise extract in this. Now it only calls for almond, but I like anise in it. Just a drop, not even 1/4, 1/2 of 1/4. Now you know anise is what licorice tastes. You may not like it, don't put it in it. Then I use the cream cheese. I put fromage cream. I put a whole 1/4 in there. No more than that. That'll be something else. Now, what that recipe does call for is pure almond extract. We're going to put so I'm not going to put, I didn't have a lot, but let's go ahead and put it in there so we don't waste it. Now that should be 2 teaspoons, but we didn't have that, so what I'll do on my fromage, I'll go ahead and put another 1/4, and that'll get us to where we should be. Okay. All right. Got that, got that. Now then, we've got to do our eggs. We want just 2 large eggs in that. Whole shebang, whole deal. Before I do that, I'm going to check the pastry. Clean, Billie Jean, get in here, clean this mess. It was a lot easier when I had people that helped me, but you know, I don't do that industrial stuff hardly ever anymore. But now that I have all my friends, I try to do recipes that I think that y'all may have never done or that you really like, or I may not do okay with it, but I try. Okay, let me get this out and check it. Okay, that's calmed down. Not quite 15, but that's calmed down, see. Now you've got your, we're going to put this, then we're going to put this in our oven, and I'm going to put it on 350 for about 20 minutes. 350 for about 20, but I'm going to do a convection. So let me do the convection, and then maybe, I think I better, if I don't, let me see. I'm trying to think about, if I blind bake that, which means without any, I might regret it. I hate doing that, but with me using this this kind of pan, let me find my, if I can. Let's see, where are they? There's a gallon storage bag. I've been looking for them. I'm going to put white paper. I'm just going to put it I'm going to piece this away. And a piece this away. Just pull it down in there. Because I don't want that dough has so much butter in it that it will slide around. Let me get some, hold on just a minute, let me get some beans. I know I've got them in here. Where are you? Where are you? Hello, hello. I just used pinto beans. I'm going to do this. Pour those beans down into that, so I want that down around that, so that don't want to slide. I do not want it to slide. I do this quite often with a lot of my pie crusts because there's so much dough in them, butter in them, they just slide right down and you think, well, what have I done? Well, you got to put, you can use rice or beans or pie weights, or don't use shotgun shells. You blow the damn house up. Okay, that'll be, I think that's enough instead of all the way to the top, that it's going to hold that. I'm not sure, but we live and we learn, don't we? Okay, here we go. We're going to put this in there. 350 convection. Let's see. Okay, we want bake, 350. I'm going to put 15 minutes start, and I'm going to put it on convection. So that'll get that going. Okay. I'll have to clean up as I go, remember? Because the donut, I've got to get my... I always cut that out of my bag, whatever my bag or whatever package. I always cut that plastic or paper and I put it in the top of my container or whatever I'm keeping so I know what's in that container. If not, I'll get so mixed up I'll be cooking rice and making a cake at the same time. I've done it. Don't think I haven't. Okay, I gotta sit down a minute. I've got to sit down just a minute and get me a drink. I'm gonna sit down just a second and have a drink. Just a little drink. Not much. I'm drinking sweet tea. Make sure I got the microphone off. And check. I had to go check on Mama, y'all know. I had to go check on Mama. I take good care of my Mama. She'll be 93 in April. And she's doing so good, y'all. She really is. She's doing very good. I haven't said much to y'all, but she had I knew her blood pressure was dropping again. Let me get a glass of tea. Y'all go get you something to drink. If you was here, I'd fix you a glass of tea. Fix you a glass of iced tea. Then I'll talk to you a minute. Okay. Southern iced tea, here it comes. I'll put a little lemon in it. Just a little bit. Not much. Okay. I think that's going to work out good, y'all, with the iced tea. Cheers. I think that's going to work out good with the pans. And once I get the cabinet doors and everything back on, I'm going to have this tiled. And I'm going to have a towel put here. But for right now, let me get my, gotta get my lid for my flour so I don't forget it. Y'all, I use those when I find these crock pots inserts that the heating element's gone out. They'll just sell this. They're wonderful with the glass lid at the Goodwills or whatever. Keep your flour, keep your stuff in. You get them for about a couple of dollars, and they're excellent for that. Excellent. Okay. Let me see. Well, I was going to tell you about Mom. Her blood pressure was going down again, and I thought, you know, it's got to be probably UTI. So that's what it was, I'm pretty sure. So I got her on her antibiotic. Now her blood pressure is going right back up to normal. It was like 40, it was like 80 over 50. So now it's back to its pretty good, pretty normal. I mean, she does run low anyway, but when it gets that low, it's dangerous. So I'll tell you, her kidneys, she's got 3 kidney disease, and I bought some of those great value sweet teas in a little package, which I should have known not to, and now I make her tea by hand. That's just helping me if I wasn't here for something and she needed a glass of tea, but we're not doing that. So I just make fresh tea and put it in her cup, her glass. Okay, we gotta get this going. All right, now let me turn this. Now then. Okay, we've got our eggs. Okay. We've got our lid. Okay. Let me wipe down my bowl. Okay. Now then, let me take this off. And I'll get this out of the way. Let me get this because I made a good custard. See how that's whipped them eggs into that and made that a custard. We'll set that right there until I can get some of this cleaned up. And we'll check our crust. I hope y'all, I don't know if it's done or not done about people I've got to get that cleaned up better. I don't know if it's done or not done about cooking live. I have no idea if it's ever been done. I don't know if it's done or not. That piece of marble, it gets stuff on it. Okay, now then, let me get this undone. And I can move this now so we can kind of see what we're doing. I've got stuff all over this. Billie Jean's got stuff all over this. Alright. Now we're just waiting to see about that. Let's see, we've got about two minutes. Possibly about 2 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and take this and put it in another bowl because I'm going to combine 2 different recipes, and look at that. I need to get this filling out. Having to use these little home things, it's okay. Okay, we'll set that over here for a minute. Let me rinse this out. I'm going to check our crust here in just a sec. I think it's about ready to turn off, I think, that oven. I didn't rinse that out all the way, but I just wanted it where I could see. See down in it what I was doing. I've decided that I'll reuse this, so why do I unplug it? I don't know. I just do things like that. So I smell that Tart. I'm going to take that out because I don't want it to burn. Let me get this over here and this over here so I can get that out. Just I can get that out of the oven. See if it's how it's doing. I want to make sure. Okay, now it's fluffed out nicely, but I want to check it. I want to check. Check. I want to check it. I want to check it first. Let's see. Okay. Now that's about I don't want to. I'm going to go ahead and pull these beans out. A little bit of there. Check it. Make sure it's okay. there's a little spot, and you can kind of adjust this once you get that out, if you have to. Okay, now I'm going to put this back in there for just a few more minutes. Let's see, about, I guess what I could do, I can go ahead and bake that until it's golden. I want to go ahead though and bake this just a little more. I think it needs it. And we don't have nothing but time, y'all. But no, when I do my pie crust or I do any of that, let me see. When I do my pie crust or I do any of that, I take those out about halfway through and make sure that your dough is not sliding. And if it's quit sliding or it's ready to be filled, then I just will put them back in there, take the beans or the rice or whatever out, and then I'll put them back in there and let it brown just a little bit, or bake a little more. Hold on. So that's what we're going to do. What it give me time to do what I was doing here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 1/4 of fresh cranberries. Fresh cranberries. I'm taking 2 recipes and putting them into this one. Because that's just the way I do it. So there's one. And let's get our fork. I know I have it. Put it just there. Come here, you little darn thing. Okay. Now I don't like all that. I want it mixed up. I'm going to put these back like I had them, or I'll never get them where they were. Okay, I put my cranberries down in this. Now I'll get a little more sugar. With me taking 2 different recipes, I'm going to put my lemon. Okay. I'm going to take my lemon juice. I'm just going to take some lemon juice. About 1/4. Well, maybe a tablespoon. About a tablespoon. Now I'm going to add my vanilla extract. Let me see, I need about 1 teaspoon, so that'd be a capful to me. Let's put that down in there. Let me get a 1/2 cup of sugar. I wonder if I should put the sugar or should I do the sweetener, because I could. I'll post the recipe, but I can do I'm just going to put a half a cup of honey. Because I don't want so much sugar on Mother and I could have used sweetener, but I'm trying to get away from it. Everybody says it's bad for me and her, so we're going to try it. I just want to chop these, the regular recipe. The reason I'm doing it this way is because I want to chop these up to where when I don't have my you-know-whats, then I can eat that. So that's the reason. Let me get my little spatula. I'm just going to use this one. Put my honey down in there. Honey, you get in there. Now you stop it. Okay. Now then. Now honey, you go over there and sit down. Okay. When y'all are baking with those beans, don't freak out when your house smells like beans when you're baking a cake and people are thinking, what are you cooking in there? It does. It smells. Them beans get heated up, and they get heated up, and you think, well, okay, let me turn that. That must only be a few seconds. A little more chopped than that. Okay. This is Billie Jean's way. Oh, my friends that are chefs, they always looked at me kind of crazy anyway. But I get stuff done like I like it. You know. So I'm just going to add that to my cream. My Frangipane Filling. Get all that honey out. Honey, come on. Get out of there. I'm going to start doing these live because I get tired of trying to have to edit those and all that. If I do it on live, then I don't have to edit it. Okay, y'all, let's get our little tart out. Get our little tart. Oh, it's hot. Look, there's your tart. It's gotten brown, kinda. There's your little tart. Set that down. Okay, we want that to cool just, a little bit. May not have time since I'm doing it here. But I would probably let that cool, about, a little while. And I would if I had that inset, the outer with the inset that I can't find, I would drop that down and get this tart out and put it on a baker's rack. But I'm going to just have to try to use this pan until I'm going to get me a pan. I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead because if not, I've got to put it back in the oven anyway. So I'm just going to layer this. Not layer it. I'm just going to pour this in there. Boy, you can smell that almond flavoring. And you just want to take that around. pull it up on the sides some. Because you want everybody to get a bite. Get all the kids and make sure they all get a bite of it. Get that out of there. You don't want to waste it. Yeah. Maybe they'll. So, I should have kept a couple out, but I didn't. So what I do is I take my, I just put about 3, 3 or 4 little tarts there. Okay, about like that. You could add more if you like. Now I'm going to put that back in the oven. You want this to puff up. Ugh, still hot. Now that top will puff up and it won't feel like it's set, but it'll be 35 or 40 minutes. You transfer that and to a rack to cool, which we can't do with that pan, so it's going to have to be completely cooled, then cut into wedges, and that gives you a gist of, we turn this. Okay, I had that off. I heard Mother holler. What I was telling you is you can take this tort and you can make a filling, raspberry, cranberry, apples. You take your mandolin, your slicer, and just slice those apples just as thin as you can. Layer them beautifully around. I know y'all have seen that apple tart. Well, it's the Frangipane dough that we first made that they use in a lot of the high-scale restaurants and department stores for torts. They'll do the apple tort, but it's the Frangipane dough. That's what we did first with your almond and your regular flour and your egg yolks. So then you can use, if you learn, this dough is the easiest dough. Everybody thinks it's so hard. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. But I wanted y'all to realize, you know, there's other doughs out there that we can experiment with that I don't mind cooking with. If y'all would like to try it, we will. But I've got that in the oven, and what I'll do is I'll see if I can post pictures. I haven't got that far of how to do, I guess, I might do a short minute video after, because I was trying to figure out how to have y'all on live and me cook, because most people film it and then I have to splice it and I have to do all that. It's just easier if I just have you live. You see everything that's going on, and I'm going to figure out the comments, and I'm going to see if that can work so we can get this under wraps. But I appreciate y'all tuning in, and this is our first live cooking video, and it's gone pretty smooth, you know, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. That's the main thing. I hope y'all have enjoyed it. Y'all have a good Sunday. Tomorrow is church day, so we'll watch it here. We don't go out. So God bless you. God bless us. God bless the United States. We'll talk to you soon. I wish y'all was here to eat with us to have some of this Frangipane cranberry